All right, guys. Thank you for joining this week in review for the news. We'll go ahead and jump right into that. So, the Sega Genesis had the 33rd birthday this year. Outstanding. I know it's a part of games and media, but still pretty cool that I'm still older than a video game system. Biden was able to go to Kentucky, and while he was explaining to people why the flooding was awful, he was able to explain to them why the chipsets would be good because there would be more jobs for all of the Toyota auto parts they were building. I guess that's a cool thing. And then after that, looking through the new Predator movie, Prey. Holy shit. Not a bad movie. Pretty good. Excited to see the next stories that come out of it. I'm hoping that they're going to expand on this as we don't need a new Predator forward movie. We need some of, some of the history of the Predator coming back into the past. And, of course, the Trump Mar-a-Lago search warrant happened. Be as political or non-political as you want. It occurred. They searched, they found documents, and there you go. Cool deal. All right, moving into games and media. More important than anything else, we looking at the next 2 weeks. New Pokemon game coming out. Let's be real. Woo! I am fucking pumped. Been a while since the new Pokemon game. The prior one, which, I mean, it wasn't quite open world, but it was still extremely good. Felt like a Pokemon game, but better. I was super pumped. Played the shit out of it. Beat it quickly. Was able to fight the main boss and the Charizard. He was like, "Oh, look, I'm a badass." I'm like, "Yeah, you're fine. You're done." But there you go. That was pretty cool. Again, able to, just take and fight in the end game. Which, if you played Sword, I should have mentioned that earlier. So if you're playing Sword and you got to play as the Sword end game Pokemon against the Shield, or if you got to play the Shield Pokemon against the Sword, it was a lot of fun to be able to really see how they develop that. Still make it a fun Pokemon game with the same basic formula after, holy shit, 25 years? It's been a while. But good stuff. Looking forward to seeing the next one. And let's see here, jokes and stories. Well, alright, so a good joke. I'm trying to think of one that's not too terribly dirty. And none are coming to mind. All right, here's one. Couple of this one's actually fairly dirty. Just heads up for the children. Old farming couple were driving forward, and it was late winter, early spring. They saw a little baby skunk on the side of the road, and the wife said, pull over," and so they pull over, and she gets this little baby skunk. It's super tiny, very, very cute. And she picks it up, and she brings it into the truck. And it's cold outside. It's not overly cold in the truck, or overly warm in the truck. So she brings in, and she's holding it, and she's trying to get it warm. And so she places it in her lap, and she pulls it forward. She's like, "Okay, honey, just drive." And so he's driving. And she takes it, and she's like, "Well, thing's still shivering," so she puts it as close to her lap as possible. And, it being a little skunk, she goes, "Honey, what do I do about the smell?" And he goes, "Oh, God, just hold its little nose." And there we are, to the bitchin' post. I'm looking to figure out exactly what this is. Part of this whole doing something that is realistic for me, positive, but also, I want to bitch about stuff. It's easy to bitch about stuff. It's not always so easy to talk about the positive things. Haven't really figured out what this could be, and I'm going to leave this as a placeholder until I get something better. I guess a bitchin' post is the fact that, the last recipient of the lottery got to receive, out of $1.2 billion, almost just shy of $400 million. So congratulations to the IRS for getting $800 million. That's a bitchin' post right there. I mean, the rent is too damn high, guys. Rent is too damn high. But following through on some good shit, we'll say that, especially in Northeast Tennessee, Southwest Virginia, been plenty of rain. Rain makes corn grow. Corn makes whiskey. I love gin. All right, so plenty of good reasons to be excited. We've had a hell of a heat wave for the last bit. It has been, quite frankly, fucking miserable. And I'm glad that we're seeing a little bit of cooler temperatures. So hopefully we'll see more in the mid 70s to mid 80s as opposed to mid 80s to low 90s. It's not quite, Texas or Florida or anywhere else. But going back to the bitchin' post, I'm good with, this miserable heat. I'm looking forward to something else. But the good shit is that we're seeing a lot of crops growing. I know that our particular plants are growing very well. A little sugar cane so we can make some molasses, because my happy ass seems to not understand that work sucks, but that is what it is. Last but not least, special guest. Want to do musical guests here on out, and they may not always be musical. There may be some guests here that are a little more just politically inclined, business inclined, real life inclined. Those individuals that can really just add value to your life as well as mine. I think that everybody has a story to tell. Everybody can be able to say, hey, I express my story through X, Y, or Z. So without further ado, let me introduce this week's special guest.
Check, 1, 2. Hi, this is another original. We were going to play it as a whole band, but the band nixed it, so... it's just going to be me. So this one's called Keep the Change. Well, my daddy, he's a gambler, and my mama, she's soft. Had a shotgun waiting that June. I can see the sunrise 10 miles ahead, but all that they see is the rear view. So long, broken promises. So long, double white chain. I'm leaving you all my inheritance, but I'll be keeping all of my change. Well, I finished my high school when I was 16, but I grew up by the age of 8. Yeah, my daddy paid the bookie and we had no food, and all that we could do was wait. So long, broken promises. So long, double white chain. I'm leaving you all my inheritance, but I'll be keeping all of my change. not that I'll be leaving you behind. It's just that you can't keep up with my stride. That road ahead's got only what's mine, so I guess that this means goodbye. So long, broken promises, so long, double white shame. I'm leaving you all my inheritance, but I'll be keeping all of my change. Drive, Phoenix, drive, I'm leaving it all behind. That road may be empty, but my stomach is full, and I'm moving to Atlanta tonight. So long, broken promises, so long, don't I shame. I'm leaving you all my inheritance, but I'm keeping all of my change.
All right. Keep the change. Marvelous song. Jonathan Sparks, thank you very much. Wonderful to hear it. If you're interested in hearing it again, check it out on Spotify. Link below. And again, fantastic. Keep up the good work, my man. Take care.